Hello! A year or so ago I participated in a contest held by Melissa Lynn Herold, where one was to create a piece of fan art for her book series Iyarri Chronicles, and this is the second book. And the amazing thing is that when this was released last autumn, she included my hairstyle on one of the characters, and it's such an honor. And I thought today that I would share this hairstyle with you so that you can recreate it if you want to. And if you haven't read the books, I highly recommend them. I will put a link down below to her Etsy shop where you can buy them and some other nice hair stuff. You have heard me talk about NightBlooming before, but I'm not sponsored. I just really love the things that Melissa creates, hair products and books, and I can't wait for the third one this year. So let's get started. I have a middle part, and that is what I use for the hairstyle. I have kind of divided my hair even in the back, and we are going to do 2 French rope braids and 2 English braids in the back. I'm going to get this side out of the way with a scrunchie. And now we are going to make a French rope braid. So you take 2 sections of hair, and I'm sorry if I'm not showing this to you. Sorry, my camera is just not straight. If I'm not showing this to you correctly, or in a good way, whatever, there are several videos showing the technique on YouTube. Just search for it. So we take 2 strands and we twist them, and then we kind of cross them in the opposite direction. Add a bit of hair to both strands. And continue to do the same thing. And this is one of the downsides with black hair. Of course I love black hair, that's why I dye it black, but it's hard to kind of pick up the details. So, adding a bit of hair. And be careful not to get any like bubbles up here. You just watch what you're doing and pulling. You should be able to avoid it, not that it's the end of the world if you get any. My braids doesn't always turn out perfect, no. Now that I am starting to reach back of my head, I'm going to turn around and continue. So we want to leave some hair in the back because, as I said, we will make 2 English braids. And if you're not like me and like to just wing it, you can of course section your hair beforehand after seeing about how much hair I am leaving. But yeah. And once we reach the back of our heads, we will just continue to rope braid. And what am I doing there? No idea. And if I look even more uncomfortable than usual, it's because it's super hot in our bathroom. The sun has been shining today, and it's been like 14 degrees outside Celsius. And while that's not super warm, our apartment gets very hot. Hot and hot, like 25 degrees in here at most. Yeah. I'm not used to it yet. It's been winter, so yeah. For anyone who's not interested, you know that now. Yeah. No, not yet. I want to show you what I'm doing, although you probably picked it up by now. And I want to properly reach my ends, but yeah. No. So this is how I braid my hair. I just wrap it around my neck when it's getting hard to reach the ends. So when I rope braid, I kinda like twist it around my fingers like this. So it might be hard to see what I'm doing, and you don't have to do it the way that I do, but and yes, I do get these little thingies. Everyone does get them more visible or less visible, because hair grows out of your head and you lose some hair every day, like you can see in my brush, and new hair grows out. So no, your hair is never going to be the same length all over. And now we are going to secure with elastic. Sorry for those weird bats. And I am trying to speak properly, but I still have a bad microphone. So now we are going to try and do the same thing on the other side. And then we are going to cross one of these braids through the other. I'm just going to comb it a bit before. I did comb it before it started, but I have been moving it around. What's this on? Everyone with long hair knows the face I'm making now, or not the face, but the feeling of there is one little hair clinging to my arm and it's not comfortable. So now we are going to make another rope braid, French rope braid, and we wanted to go in the same direction as this one. And this is where it gets kind of mixed up in my head every time, and sometimes I have to start over. So let's see what we did. And when I say that we want to braid it in the same direction, I mean that we want it to look the same on each side, so that if we have crossed them like up or down. Sorry, I'm just not clear right now. Let's see. So we are doing the same thing, taking two strands, twisting them and crossing them, or wrapping them together, or now we are going to release the braid from loose hair. And as I mentioned earlier, we are going to put one braid through the other now. So I'm going to take this braid and put it through the other. So of course you can braid them together at the start, but that's not what I did in the original version, and this is a simple trick to create a hairstyle that looks more complicated than it is. And we're going to hit pause and not stop there, but I will have fun editing this together later. As what I was going to say was that I am going to cheat and just take one little U-pin and kind of I am going to take two. So we can fix this later. Now we are getting these out of the way to start making our two English braids. Hopefully I have enough hair because I don't want to redo everything. But on the other hand, it's my hairstyle, kind of, so I can do what I want. So for the original version I had one little braid in front, but we are not going to include this because this is not practical for a warrior. So we are just going to make two small English braids. Yeah, we are going to fix this later. Maybe we might have to re-braid a bit. We, as in I, because you might not have the same little thing there, but oh god, I'm just going to take some water. And a close up on my red face. So, if you're braiding longer hair, or even shorter hair, make sure that the strands are untangled together at the bottom, because if you do continue to braid, it will be a real mess. It's better to just make sure that they are separated from the start. And I know that some people with longer hair have a real problem with this, and they have to use like chopsticks or whatever to just a finger to separate each time, but my Houdini hair usually keeps separated. One of the good things about having super slippery hair. Braid. And if your hair is shorter than mine, then you are already done. And this is actually one of the reasons that I am often doing lots of rope braiding in my styles when I'm making small braids like this one, because they're a lot faster in long hair. But every once in a while I feel like doing real English free strand braids, or whatever you like to call them. And once again, a thing that no one asked for. And yes, my camera is still crooked, but we can live it. We can live with that. So I am going to secure it with a small elastic again. And now the other other side. Okay, I have finished all of my braids and I am going to redo part of this because I'm not sure what happened here, but it doesn't look too nice. So what I like to do when I am making braids is taking either some aloe vera gel that I don't have at the moment because I need to make another batch, or some detangling spray. This one is from NightBlooming. Take a bit in my hand and smooth my braids down, so this will help a little bit with getting the hairs down, but it will also add some moisture. And on top of that I will put some oil, also NightBlooming, from one of the characters of the book, not the one with the hairstyle, but the main character. But you can use any oil or hairstyle, or you can just skip this step. So kind of just, so I'm not like pulling in my braids or rubbing them, I'm just gently squeezing it in, and this will help them stay kind of nice, a little bit less flyaways. Okay, so this is the done hairstyle, and there's no mentioning of her having any types of ornaments in her hair, but of course we can get creative. This is just the base of the style, you're free to do what you want with it. And Diari are using hair beads, and they are also using feathers of their loved ones that I miss because they're gone. I'm not going to tell you too much about the books, go buy them if you're curious. So we can decorate your braids if you want to. I did it in my first version. That's a good thing about these little small braids, that if I want to I can put some hair beads on. I used to have 4 but I lost one. So I have this spiral thing that you kind of have to pull on, and I have these that you can just put into your braid and squeeze them into place. Hairs. I haven't brushed the So you could put one or a few feathers there, or probably further down will look better, or whatever, or hair beads, or... But if you do try this hairstyle, please let me know. I would love to see a picture or just hear what you think, so tag me or leave a comment or whatever. I will put a link down below in the description box to where you can find the book. I'm pointing at it because I have it over there. And I will also, as usual, leave links to my own pages, to where you can find me, such as my blog, Instagram, Bungar community, and yeah. So if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment or whatever, and I will see you next time. I want to say bye now, but I am going to go out and see if I can shoot a little sequence of the hairstyle.